Yo, good evening, USA International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man and homie G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood, lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course Queens, New York native, who is also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you are now rocking, listening, streaming, and watching the 367th episode of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast, live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube. And and I get to hit that subscribe button, like, comment on the episodes along with the topics and everything else in between. And I hope y'all had a great weekend. I know I did, and I know y'all trying to prep for Christmas season as far as like shopping and all that other stuff. So um I'm here for it. So there you go. And yes, if you miss any episodes whatsoever, you you are able to catch up on the episodes in case you miss any of them. Don't worry, it's all on the streaming platforms, including YouTube and yeah. So um all right, let's get into this. I want to cut to the chase right here as we go to the New York Mass Transit files right here, man. Let's cut to the chase. All right, first and foremost, let's get into some transit stuff, shall we? Um, let's get to it. Starting with this. Here is what's happening here. So, so according to AMNY, the end of the year is always a time for reflection, and I'd like to take this opportunity to look back on how far the MTA excuse me, has come not only in the last 12 months, but since 2021 when I became chair and CEO. When we finished that year with an average of 2.3 million weekday subway riders, today we are regularly hitting 4 million, even on Fridays. And last Thursday, 4.5 million riders took the subway, the most on a single day in almost 5 years. It wasn't long ago that people were telling us the subway was dead, that we should be thinking about never bet against New York. We want to run even more service. Governor Kathy Hochul and the state legislature responded, stepping up with critical funding for MTA's operating budget that helped us deliver best in a decade subway service and a billion rides this year, weeks earlier than last year. But to sustain that momentum, we need to make sure the same kind of investments in infrastructure. This is something I've been talking about for well over a year since the release of MTA's 20-year needs assessment. All over the transit system, components and assets dating as far back as the Franklin D. Roosevelt administration need to be brought into the 21st century, like the substation at the center of corruption in Brooklyn. Um, Thousands of customers were stranded for hours after a fire through a 90 electrical facility. We can't let this keep happening. Um, that's why we propose a 2025 to 2029 capital plan that prioritizes state of good repair work, upgrades to behind facilities that are invisible to riders until they aren't, but nonetheless critical to our ability to deliver great service. I'll admit it doesn't make for the sexiest, but this the reality of the situation. And I've been making the case to lawmakers, even going to Puerto Rico to meet with them at the annual SOMOS conference. Nobody wants to live through another summer of hell like in 2017 or worse. The levels of relentless infrastructure problems and chronic delays we've been seeing across the river. We had such a strong comeback post COVID, not because we're luckier, but because decision makers here recognize the importance of mass transit. Now it's time to step up, and I won't stop until the new capital plan to improve and protect service reliability is finalized and fully funded. Yeah, that's from General Lever. And of course, for those of you who may not know what happened last week, I will get to it right here. Um actually I'll actually yeah, yeah, there was a little incident that happened last week in Brooklyn. Um Unfortunately. Um so here's what's going on here. Fear, frustration, and stress remain in high gear Thursday after thousands of NYC subway riders were left stuck in the subways of downtown Brooklyn following a power failure during the Wednesday evening rush hour. The chaos started during the evening rush hour when the power went out at 5:30 p.m. on December 11th between J Street and Hoyt Hoyt Schermerhorn streets on the A, C, F, and G lines in downtown Brooklyn. Chair and CEO General Lieber said an explosion at a Con Edison substation caused a big section of the transit system to lose power. Some 3,500 subway passengers were safely evacuated from two of the trains within 3 hours of the failure. Many strap hangers began leaving the trains on their own and through the tunnels, which Lever said prevented the MTA from restarting the power and the trains. Hmm. They left the trains and started to walk out on the railroad, Lever said during an unrelated December 12th press conference um, in Queens. It became more difficult to get the trains out of the station because obviously you can't activate the electricity of the third rail where they are moving around the tunnels on their own. Looking for answers on Thursday, officials and New Yorkers, including Governor Kathy Hochul, were looking for explanations for the underground meltdown. End quote. New Yorkers deserve a world-class subway system, as thousands of commuters experienced unacceptable service issues last night due to an electrical issue, Governor Kathy Hochul said in a statement Thursday morning. No one deserves to be trapped underground for 2 hours or face such significant delays when trying to commute home from work. Hochul directed the MTA and Con Edison to review the system and investigate the exact cause of the power failure. Hold that thought. Sorry about that, folks. I was drinking some tea. Where were we? Yes, this is bad stuff. And this is what you never want to happen to our riders, but we are investigating it with Con Edison to find the cause. It is unclear right now if there were any injuries, but riders were unsurprisingly shaken by the event. Some people were kind of losing it. Anders Nelson, one of the stranded riders, said in the Gothamist article, excuse me, calling the conductor on the little call box and asking all these questions. The conductor kept coming on every 20 minutes or so and just saying, "There's a power outage. We can't move. We don't have AC. They are working on it." Meanwhile, public transit. Meanwhile, public transit advocates express frustration at the system's aging infrastructure, with power, signal, and mechanical failures again delaying riders on our aging subway system. It's clear that Governor Hochul was right to unpause congestion pricing and that she must continue to prioritize funding for the next slate of transit upgrades in her budget next month, said Danny Pearlstein, Police and Communications Director of the Riders Alliance. Lieber, Lieber remarked the 90-year-old electrical facility where the failure occurred was in urgent need of repair and investment. He added that he made it a priority in the capital program because power is a huge issue. But he also said that he did not want to put all the responsibility on Con Ed and stressed the importance of repairing all the pieces of the system. I want to acknowledge that there is at least a piece of the causation is on an electrical substation in the MTA system that should have been repaired and replaced decades ago, he said. All right. Yeah. Next we have how to survive a sweltering subway car in the Big Apple when it comes to the summertime. Now, I've been saving this for a while actually, so I'm gonna actually get to it right here. And this took place over the summer actually, so this is more of a recap of what went down. So this week's brutal heat wave is rekindling one of New Yorkers' worst nightmares: the dreaded hot car on the subway, with temperatures approaching 100 degrees this week, and with the vast majority of stations lacking air conditioning. Um, 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 Air conditioning, and New Yorkers on a scorching platform may see an approaching subway train as a literal light at the end of the tunnel. But the terror only gets worse when they step onto the train only to realize the air conditioning is not working on their car, forcing them to either sprint to the next one or endure a hellish journey to their destination. To be sure, hot cars are rare. The MTA says on an average day, a whopping 99% of subway cars have functioning AC. but with about 5,400 cars in service during a given rush hour, that means around 54 hot cars are snaking their way throughout the system, waiting to make unsuspecting riders suffer. Brooklyn resident Ryan Perlstein was one of the unlucky ones on Tuesday morning. He got on a 6 train at Brooklyn Bridge City Hall, heading to the Bronx, only to find every single car was hot. In quote, every single car on the 6 train, there was no air conditioning, hot as piss, hot as piss, pro, hot as piss, bro. Perlstein told AM New York Metro, recounting that he moved to the 5 Express train at the first opportunity. Everybody was sweating and complaining. It was so bad. What do you do if your train car is too hot? Should you encounter one of these sweltering subway cars, you can, of course, skip away to the next one and go about your day. I will bear with it if I'm only no if I'm only going a stop or two, and it's not extremely hot, said Brooklyn Knight. Said Brooklyn Knight Megan Mc, McNamara, who estimated she enters a hot car about once a week at the J Street Metro Tech station. But on a day like today, I definitely move to a different car. But you can also take action to ensure the car is fixed so others don't have to deal with it. To do that, you can find the car number, which is posted at the end of every car, both inside and outside. Then you can notify the MCA in a number of ways by relaying them the car number and line by calling 511, sending a text on WhatsApp, using a help point intercom on station platforms, or tagging NYCT Subway on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. What happens with a lot what happens with a hot train car? When the MTA receives a report of a hot car, the car is taken out of service for repairs. Cars are also inspected by transit crew members once the train reaches the end of its route and returns to the subway yard. Hot cars are more likely to become encountered on the subway's older rolling stock models, the ones that entered service in the 20th century. Those cars AC units are located underneath the train and requires complex work to fix. On the flip side, newer subway car models have AC units built into their roofs where they can more easily be replaced with another unit. Okay. Um, of course, last but not least, um, of course, last but not least, um, the first 6 months of this year have been the deadliest on New York City in the decade since the Big Apple adopted Vision Zero. According to a new report from advocacy group Transportation Alternatives, collisions killed 127 people on New York City streets from the beginning of January to the end of June, according to the report by Transit Alt, which says this year is on pace to be the deadliest since 2014, when the city adopted Vision Zero principle aiming to eliminate traffic deaths. Those numbers include the deaths of 61 pedestrians, 51 motorists, the highest number recorded in this period since 2014, and 12 cyclists. In a statement, Transit Alt's interim leader Elizabeth Adams laid blame for the carnage squarely on Mayor, Er- Mayor, Mayor Eric Adams and Governor Kathy Hochul. New York City just had the deadliest first 6 months of the year since Vision Zero began over a decade ago. Right now, we should be celebrating progress from the start of congestion pricing to breaking ground on safe streets projects in every neighborhood, said Adams. Instead, Mayor Adams and Governor Kathy Hochul are putting people's lives at risk by turning a blind eye to proven solutions to preventable traffic violence. There's certain things you're not going to be able to control, which is it's very inevitable to actually prevent traffic fatalities. Is very difficult. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to put it out there that it's not an easy job to do. Whether you are a governor, whether you are a mayor, it's not an easy job. It's a stressful job as well. So just putting it out there. Cyclist deaths were down so far by about 36% compared to the same period last year, but pedestrian deaths are up 27% from 2023, which had one of the lowest total fatality numbers on record. Per Transit Out, large SUVs and trucks were responsible for 94% of pedestrian deaths. Reach for comment, the city's Department of Transportation touted the Adams administration's expanding red light camera enforcement, pushing to daylight thousands of intersections by removing parking and increasing visibility and lowering speed limits on some local streets. One traffic fatality is too many, said DOT spokesperson Nick Benson. Under Vision Zero, the city has approached traffic safety holistically through the engineering of our streets, public education, and enhanced traffic enforcement. The city recently won the authority to lower its speed limit to 20 miles per hour, and the Adams administration has lowered it on several local streets. Lowering it citywide would require legislation from the city council, but council speaker Adrienne Adams has said she may leave it up to local lawmakers whether speed limits should be lowered in their districts. Street Blog reported. I couldn't wait to talk about what went down with the CEO of United Healthcare that went down. I want to actually talk about this actually because this is very, 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 very. This is the scariest thing that I ever heard that happened. All right. So this is the scariest thing. CEO Brian Thompson was a victim to an assassination. No thanks to the idiot Luigi Menciano, who, by the way, caught at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania, which was the stupidest shit that he ever done. We're gonna get into it right here in the segment right here, chatting all the jazz. This is a segment in regards to trending topics, especially what's going on in transit news, what's going on in what's trending, all that stuff. So we're gonna get into it right here. Chatting on the jazz. Let's do it. Yes, unfortunately, we got some sad news involving a CEO. Here's what's happening here, according to Business Insider. So, let me see. United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was fatally shot in New York City on Wednesday, the police said. The NYPD said Thompson, age 50, appeared to be killed in a targeted attack. Police on Monday arrested a person of interest identified as 26-year-old Luigi Mangione. Police in Pennsylvania on Monday arrested a person of interest in connection to the fatal Midtown Manhattan shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. So fucking crazy, man. The 26-year-old man, identified as Luigi Mangione, was arrested in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and charged with local gun and forgery charges. New York's New York Police New York Police Department officials said during a press conference. Oh boy. This is so fucking unbelievable. It's it's one thing to actually speak up on the on the on the corruption issue of, and as far as like, as far as like the medicine and the doctors, whatever your issue might be, um it doesn't excuse it does not excuse what he did. And the fact that people are celebrating a murderer who, by the way, made fucking merches online, but that shit's getting shut down anyway. So that's that's beyond bonkers to me right here. Hmm. Yeah, all right. So, um Mangione was arraigned on Monday evening and charged on 5 counts, including 2 felonies: forgery, carrying a firearm without a license, tampering with records or identification, possessing instruments of crime, and false identification to law enforcement, according to a criminal complaint viewed by Business Insider. He was ordered held without bail. Mangione was arrested after an employee at a McDonald's recognized him from the surveillance photos circulated by law enforcement and called the police. The complaint said Mangione was wearing a blue medical mask and looking at a laptop when Altoona police arrived. Mangione had fake IDs, a U.S. passport, and a gun and silencer consistent with the one thought to have been used by the gunman who killed Thompson, police said. The criminal complaint said the gun and silencer had been 3D printed. NYPD officials said Mangione was also found with a 3-page handwritten document that suggested he has some ill will towards corporate America. Mangione is expected to be extradited to New York to face additional charges, NYPD officials said. The manhunt for Thompson's killer, the NYPD had released more than a half dozen surveillance images of the man who suspected to be the shooter in the December 4th attack in the hopes that tips from the public could help authorities track him down. The latest photos of the man suspected of the shooting, which has been described by police as a targeted attack, included one showing him in the back of what appears to be a taxi, wearing a blue medical mask and a dark hood. You must mean hoodie. Another image showed the man standing outside the vehicle wearing a mask, hood, and dark puffer jacket. Moments after shooting Thompson dead in the heart of Manhattan Wednesday, police said the gunman fled the scene, first on foot and then on the electric bike, which he rode into Central Park. Police believe the shooter ultimately escaped New York City by bus. Investigators believe the gunman caught a cab on Manhattan's Upper West Side and directed the driver to a bus station as he made his getaway following the shooting, Bloomberg reported. Police officials told CNN they believe the man left New York City via the Port Authority's George Washington Bridge bus station in Washington Heights. We have video of him entering the Port Authority bus terminal. We don't have any video of him exiting. So we believe he may have gotten on a bus, NYPD Chief of Detective Joseph Kenny said in a December 6th interview. Those buses are interstate buses. That's why we believe he may have left New York City, Kenny said. NYPD drivers were seen over the weekend searching the waters in Central Park for any evidence in the shooting. A law enforcement source told CNN that investigators have found a backpack in Central Park that they believe belonged to the gunman. The backpack contained a Tommy Hilfiger jacket and Monopoly money, CNN reported, citing law enforcement officials and sources. It was not immediately clear if other items were found in the backpack. Kenny said on December 6th that officials were investigating the possibility that the gunman may have used a veterinary gun used on farms to euthanize large animals quietly in the shooting, CNN reported. A law enforcement source previously told BI that the gun used by the shooter appeared to be equipped with a silencer, according to surveillance footage of the attack. Most of the images that police have released of the man wanted in the shooting show him with a mask covering the bottom half of his face, except a set of two, which NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch called the money shot, that showed the clearest images yet of the suspect unmasked. He's been traveling and walking around the streets of New York City largely in a mask with his face covered. We had to go through lots of video evidence to get that one money shot with the mask down. Tish told CNN in a December 6th interview. Tish said that police released the photos of the man not wearing a mask because they wanted a wider audience to see the picture outside of New York City. We are right now processing a tremendous amount of evidence in this case, the NYPD commissioner told the news outlet, adding that authorities already have lots of forensic evidence, including fingerprints and DNA evidence. Police have called the killing of Thompson premeditated. Police have described Thompson's killing as a brazen targeted attack. Thompson was set to speak at United Health Group's 8 a.m. investor conference on December 4th when a hooded gunman opened fire from behind, striking him at least once in the back and at least once in the right calf, the police said. Easy indication is that this was a pre-planned, targeted attack, Tish told reporters at a press conference hours after the shooting. It appears the suspect was lying in wait for several minutes, Tish added. The NYPD offered a $10,000 reward for tips leading to the gunman's arrest. The FBI said it was also offering a reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to the gunman's arrest and conviction. I'm pretty sure they got all the help they need with some tips. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, but as soon as I saw the merch that Luigi Mangione was doing, one in particular, I forget the words that he has on his keychain, but all of that has stopped, thank goodness, because I can't support a murderer, man. I'm not supporting. It's one thing I know for sure, man. That's not happening. Um. Okay, so um, let's see. Multiple reports said that authorities conducted forensic tests on a discarded cell phone, protein bar wrapper, and water bottle. How the suspect arrived in New York is also becoming clearer. Authorities believe he may have traveled to the city 10 days before the shooting on November 24th on a bus that originated in Atlanta and dropped him off at Manhattan's main bus depot, the Port Authority bus terminal. It was not yet clear where along the route he boarded the bus. The Atlanta Police Department announced Friday that the NYPD contacted it and will provide assistance in the investigation as needed. The unmasked images of the wanted man released by police were captured at a hostel on New York City's Upper West Side. A law enforcement official told CNN when an employee asked the man to lower his face mask. The Times, citing a senior law enforcement official, previously reported that the suspect in the shooting used a fake New Jersey ID to book a room at the hotel he was staying at in the days before the attack. Retired NYPD homicide detective Salvatore Tedesco previously told BI that the photos showing the man's face were likely to speed up the manhunt. Um, Tedesco led the city's last big manhunt for a murdered CEO. Um, Gokada founder Fahim Salih, whose killer was captured in 3 days by traces on credit card, cell phone, and surveillance camera evidence. That's the best option to send it across the country, and someone will know him, the ex detective said of the latest images. He added that a facial recognition trace would be less of an option because the hostile surveillance images do not show the man's full face. Investigators can still try to run the photo through state driver's license and arrest databases, Tedisco said. However, some states require a judge to issue a warrant before state driver's licenses can be used as evidence in an arrest and beyond. Shooter was proficient in the use of firearms, police said. Kenny said at the NYPD's press conference in the aftermath of the shooting that the gunman arrived on 6th Avenue about 5 minutes before Thompson. The shooter's weapon appeared to jam during the attack. He added. Free, um, from watching the video, it does seem that he's proficient in the use of firearms, as he was able to clear the malfunctions pretty quickly, Kenny said. Where were his fucking parents, man? That's the fucking question, man. Um, Surveillance footage captured the incident, showing the gunman firing his weapon at Thompson, wearing a blue suit jacket, was walking several feet in front of him. A law enforcement source who's not authorized to talk to the press told Business Insider that the gun appeared to be equipped with a silencer. The source added that the gunman definitely knew where Thompson was going to be. The police said officers found Thompson unconscious and unresponsive 2 minutes after the shooting. Emergency responders rushed him to Mount Sinai Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 7:12 a.m. Police have not identified a motive. The shooting occurred blocks from Midtown holiday tourism landmarks, including Radio City Music Hall and Rockefeller Center, whose Christmas tree lighting took place on December 4th. In the aftermath of the shooting, 6 evidence cups were visible on the taped off section of the sidewalk where the attack occurred. That's covering the shell casings. An officer at the scene told BI, declining to give their name because they were not authorized to talk to the media. United Health Group canceled its investor day conference shortly after reports of the shooting broke. Investigators have not yet determined a motive for the killing. Kenny said investigators were combing through Thompson's social media and interviewing employees and family members, and would be talking to law enforcement in Minnesota, where Thompson lived and where United Health Group and United Healthcare are based. Thompson's wife, Paulette Thompson, previously told NBC News in an interview that her husband had been receiving threats. Basically, I don't know, a lack of coverage, she said. Know the details. I just know that he said there were some people that had been threatening him. The police department in his hometown of Maple Grove, Minnesota, told BI it hadn't notified of any threats he might have received. Teresa Keene, the Maple Grove police administrator, initially said Maple Grove had no record of calls for service to his house. Still, the department later said it had responded to a 2018 call from Paulette Thompson. An incident report said she had been walking to bed when she saw the front door deadbolt turn and grew afraid someone was inside the house. The police did not find anyone inside the home. An unnamed senior law enforcement official told NBC News that shell casings found at the scene were inscribed with the words deny, defend, and deposed. BI has not independently confirmed the description of the evidence, and the NYPD spokesperson didn't return a request for comment. J.M. Feynman, an author and legal professor specializing in insurance law, torts, and contract law. Wrote a similarly titled book, Delay, Deny, Defend: Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It. Oh, no, what you can do about it. Excuse me. Um, The book is dubbed an expose of insurance injustice and explains how people can be more careful when shopping for insurance policies and what to do when pursuing a disputed claim. The NYPD said Thompson arrived in New York City on Monday and was staying at a hotel across the street from where he was shot. Police in Maple, Minnesota told BI Homes of Thompson and his wife in a suburb outside Minneapolis were targeted with fake bomb threats Wednesday evening, more than 13 hours after the shooting. Thompson was remembered as a hardworking Midwest guy. Thompson spent 20 years at United Health Group and was CEO of United Healthcare, the health benefits unit, since April 2021. While announcing his promotion, the company said Thompson would drive continued growth across the global employer, individual, um, specialty, and government benefit business, while continuing the company's focus on ensuring access to high quality, affordable healthcare. Leaders in the leaders in the healthcare industry shared their condolences in the hours after Thompson's death. United Health shares were broadly unchanged after the shooting. They've gained about 12% in the past 12 months, less than the 32% increase in the S&P 500, but outperforming competitors including CVS Health, Humana, and Elevance Health during its third quarter results in October. It gave what UBS called a more conservative than usual outlook for fiscal 2025 ahead of Wednesday's Investor Day. It gave more detailed guidance for next year, forecasting revenue of $450 billion to $455 billion and adjusted earnings of $29.50 to $30 a share. The company also suffered a ransomware attack that disputed pharmacy deliveries earlier this year. Damn, son. Damn, that's crazy, man. This is the craziest shit that I ever heard. Oh boy. That's crazy. I hate to say this. That's pretty crazy. Um, yeah, oh boy. So by the afternoon of the shooting, United Healthcare Group had removed the names of its executives from its website. An archived version of its site shows um some executives also appear to have deleted their LinkedIn profiles, though it's unclear when. Thompson had previously served as CEO of the group's government programs, running its programs for Medicare and Medicaid recipients. Thompson's former brother-in-law, Basil L. Cassaby, told Business Insider that Thompson was a good guy, very successful and very humble, just a decent, hardworking Midwest guy. Whoever did this is a coward and a loser. Yeah. Um. Hopefully, Luigi Manciano will be will be will be charged and will be and I gotta say, man, before I move on to the next topic, man, this whole fucking notion about him being pleaded insanity is bullshit. You committed He committed a crime. That's not insanity, man. That's a fucking mastermind criminal. You know what the saying goes, man. Once you do the time, you got to once you do the crime, you got to do the time. Where was his fucking parents? That's the question. I may keep track of this story though, man. But um so yeah. And I think people are basically frustrated with the healthcare industry as far as like, the outrageous stunts that's been happening as far as like, being charged with not being covered or medicine, whatever it may be, man. You know what I'm saying? It suck. It really fucking sucks though. But at the same time, and the same token, there is no excuse for shooting a CEO of United Healthcare. No excuse whatsoever. He wasn't insane when he was at fucking McDonald's eating. So it's just, I just find it so baffling, man. I just find it so baffling, man. You know what I'm saying? And and he's the stupid one who dropped breadcrumbs of evidence in Central Park and all these other places, though, man. I'm like, yo, listen, man, this is very ridiculous, though. All right, all right. We need to talk about we need to talk about some layoff situations, starting with Advanced Auto Parts. Um, Advanced Auto Parts, according to Yahoo News, plans to close hundreds of stores, four distribution centers, and slash jobs amid the sluggish demand for vehicle parts. The company said last warn notices sent this week specify how many Texas employees will be affected by the layoffs. The announcement came with the release of the company's third quarter report on November 14th, when it reported an adjusted loss of 4 cents per share compared to a loss of 1.19. Hold on a second. $1.19 1 year ago. Damn. Shit. The car part suppliers gross profit increased 11% in the third quarter this year compared to the nearly 37% increase in last year's third quarter. Executives said the drop in profits will force the closure of more than 700 locations by the middle of 2025. Um, on a post earnings call with analysts, Advanced Auto Parts executives told analysts its quarterly results were also impacted by hurricanes and crowd strike outage, Reuters reported. Um, um, the company said fewer consumers are opting to repair their cars, so it will introduce a new 3-year financial plan in an effort to revive its struggling business. How many Advanced Auto Parts stores are in Texas? Headquartered in Rayla, Rayla, yeah, Raylace, however you pronounce it, North Carolina. Advanced Auto Parts operates more than 4,700 stores in the United States, including Canada, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. According to its website, the company also serves 1,125 independently owned CardQuest branded stores across these locations. In addition to Mexico and some Caribbean islands, there are currently 251 Advanced Auto Parts locations in Texas, according to the company's website. Um, We are pleased to have made progress on our strategic actions, including the completion of the sale of World Pack and a comprehensive operational productivity review of our business. Um, Shane O'Kelly, President and Chief Executive Officer, said in a statement on November 14th, "We are charting a clear path forward and introducing a new 3-year financial plan with a focus on executing core retail fundamentals to improve the productivity of all our assets and to create shareholder value." On November 1st, 2024, the company completed its previously announced sale of WorldPack for nearly $1.5 billion. How many Texas jobs will be cut by Advanced Auto Parts? In warn notices sent Tuesday, Advanced Auto Parts listed the number of employees affected by Texas closures along with the dates the layoffs will occur. 7 locations in the state will lay off 67 workers. This is locations in which is Fort Worth, Kent, Bowie, 11. Um, all these dates is from February 9th to the 14th of next year. So February 9th, Dallas, Carroll Avenue, 8. February 10th, 2025, Dallas, Jonesy Lane, 10. Um, February 10th, 2025, Forest Hill, 9. Um, February 11th, 2025, Fort Worth, McCart Avenue, 9. February 11th, 2025, Garland, 10. February 12th, 2025, Grand Prix, 10. February 14th, 2025. Now, for those of you who may not know, these are the numbers of employees that are working there that are about to be laid off. Um, Advanced Auto Parts did not clarify which positions would be impacted. So this is crazy. How many Advanced Auto Parts stores are closing? In a regulatory filing, the company reported it plans to close 523 corporate stores, leave 204 independent locations, and shut down 4 distribution centers. I did see while I was watching TV that the Advanced Auto Parts store is going to be closing too. Hold on a second. Let me fact check myself with some information. Give me a second, folks. Let's see. Hmm. Let me see. Damn, wait a second. Wait a second here. So let me see. So okay, all right. Is Advanced Auto Parts closing stores across the country, including New York State? Advanced Auto Parts to close over 700 stores. Here's how many stores operate in New York. Some New York Advanced auto parts stores could close as the company announced the shuttering of over 700 of its stores nationwide by mid 2025, according to the company's third quarter earnings report released. Damn, son. Yikes. 700 locations. Damn, that's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. That's very crazy right there, man. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Um, I saw somewhere involving Queens. I was like, oh shit, let me look this up. Yeah, that's crazy. That's very crazy to hear, man. That's very crazy to hear. So I guess yeah, that's crazy though. This is sad, man. This is very sad for businesses to be closing its doors, and sometimes a lot of times it could be a lot of things. It's just not just inflation, it could be decreasing sales, it could be a whole bunch of shit of reasons why they are filing for bankruptcy. That's crazy, man. And I feel for the people that actually are getting laid off. You thought you thought Advanced Auto Parts is the only particular place that's closing? Well, there's another place that's about to start laying off people too, and that's going to be let me see, we're gonna be getting into oh boy. Yeah, let's get into Stop and Shop, man. Let's get into Stop and Shop. And this is from the folks from Pix 11. Shout outs to the reporters over there. Weeks before Thanksgiving, more than a dozen Stop and Shop stores in New York and New Jersey will be closed this weekend. Well, actually, that happened. So over the summer, the grocery chain announced 17 locations would shutter by Saturday. Including 10 in New Jersey and 7 in New York. The chain is closing 32 underperforming stores in the Northeast. In New York, the locations goes like this: 2965 Cropsey Avenue in Brooklyn, 130 Wheatley Plaza, um, Greenville, 7 Samson Dale Plaza, West Haverstraw, 294 Middle Country Road, Karam, 240 East Sanford Boulevard, Mount Vernon, 130, 132 Fulton Avenue, Hempstead. That's in Long Island. 2525 Hempstead Turnpike, East Meadow. That's in Long Island too. We go to New Jersey. Here are the locations in New Jersey of Stop and Shop locations that's going to close. So 1083 Inman Avenue, Edison. 1049 US Highway 1 South, Edison. 4861 US Highway 9, Howell. 1278 US Highway 22, Phillipsburg. 581 Stelton Road, Piscataway. 625 Patterson Avenue, Carlstadt. 1221 State Route 27, Township. Franklin Township. I'm sorry for the butcher. 130 Skyline Drive, Ringwood. 505 Richmond Avenue, Point Pleasant Beach. And last but not least, 2275 West County Line Road, Jackson, New Jersey. This is so sad, man. This is very sad. Very sad. This is very sad. All right. That's crazy, man. Okay, there's another company that's been laying off people, and I'm talking about Spotify. All right. Spotify is another place that's being laid off and stuff. So that's crazy to me. Yeah, Spotify. Spotify. That's crazy, man. Um, okay, so let this load a bit. And okay, so all right. Okay, according to the folks from Variety, Spotify cranked up the volume with another strong quarter, packing on 6 million paying subscribers globally in Q3 and issuing an upbeat forecast for the year and quarter, saying it's on track to hit profitability for the full year for the first time. The audio streaming giant met or exceeding its previous Q3 forecast on financial and subscriber metrics um, for the quarter, and the company reported 40, excuse me, 4.0 billion euros, which is dollars in revenue, up 19%, and record net income of 300 million euros, aka dollars, up more than fourfold from 65 million euros, um, aka dollars, a year earlier. Operating income came in at a record 454 million euros, um, with gross margin of 31.1% versus 26.4% in the year earlier period. Spotify gained 14 million total monthly active users, free and paid, to stand at 640 million at the end of Q3. Premium subs stood at 252 million, with growth in the quarter across all regions and outperformance led by Europe and Latin America, the company said. Shares of Spotify than 8% in after hours trading on the Q3 earnings announcement. We've never been in a stronger position thanks to the outstanding execution by our team, and incredibly proud of the way we've delivered and the progress we've made. Daniel EK, Spotify co founder and CEO, said in announcing the results. We're where we set out to be, if not a little further toward achieving our long-term goals. Hmm. Yeah. On the company's earnings call, X said he and other Spotify execs were in LA this week meeting with hold on a second. Hang on one second. Yeah, meeting with creators, and he teased upcoming announcements about further expansion into video. Spotify's operating expense declined 8% year over year in Q3, driven by a decrease in personnel and related costs and lower marketing spend. The company has 7,242 full-time employees as of the end of September, following significant layoffs in late 2023 into year. In early June, Spotify raised prices for most of its existing plans in the US. The individual plan increased by $1 from $10.99 to $11.99 per month, while the family plan, which provides access for up to 6 members a household, went up by $3 from $16.99 to $19.99 per month. That makes Spotify slightly pricier in the US than its chief rival Apple Music. Wow. I didn't know I didn't know that they were in competition with Apple Music, which is crazy though. That's crazy. I guess because, well, I don't know. I guess look, both platforms when it comes to music is basically popular, okay? Like I'm not gonna choose sides here, man. You know what I'm saying? Um I am more of a Spotify fanatic than Apple Music because I'm not really too familiar with that platform over there. So that's just me. Okay. Um yeah, last month Spotify launched music videos in 5 new markets, 97 markets in total, giving premium subscribers the chance to dive into the visual worlds of top artists, according to the company. In July, Spotify launched comments for podcasts, letting podcast creators better connect with and grow their audiences. Per its previous Q3 guidance, Spotify had expected adding 13 million total monthly active users and 5 million premium subscribers. The company had forecast total revenue of 4.0 billion euros, operating income of 405 million euros, which is dollars for those of you who may not know, and gross margin of 30.2%. For Q4, Spotify provided the following outlook: premium subscribers, 260, net gain of 8 million, total monthly active users, um, 665 million, net gain of 25 million, total revenue 4.1 billion euros, operating income 481 million euros, gross margin 31.8%. In September, in September, Sahar El Habashi, head of Spotify's podcast business, announced she will exit the post at the end of 2024 after 6 years at the company. In the interim, Roman Wassermuller, who currently helps lead Spotify's podcast efforts internationally, will lead the podcast group. Shit, this is crazy, man. All right, so there's more Spotify news and stuff. So you know, so every year Spotify has this thing called Spotify Wrapped. Um, so according to the folks from USA Today, Spotify, hang on a second here. Hang on one second. Can we, yeah, get rid of this. Um, Users have noted a longer wait time and lack of st- lack of statistics in this year's Wrapped. Some users speculate that layoffs at Spotify have led to less impressive rap experience. This year's rap incorporates artificial intelligence, featuring an artificial intelligence podcast summarizing listening habits. Hell no to artificial intelligence. Spotify released its yearly wrap package on Wednesday, but instead of the typical admiration from its users, it has been met with an unusually negative reactions. Everything from a longer than usual wait for the expected event to a lack of statistics have has caused users to look at Spotify Rap with some side eye this year in what is the first rap since the company laid off 17% of its workforce. The layoff announcement came a year ago on Wednesday when CEO Daniel Elk said about 1,500 jobs were going to be cut. Some users have even speculated that the cuts have led to less than stellar rap this year, with comments calling it nonsensical and underwhelming. Spotify did not immediately return USA Today's request seeking comment late Wednesday. Here is what the internet is saying about this year's Spotify Rap. So, what social media is saying? Many users have reacted to the release by Spotify less excited than in other years. It's by AI. Oh gosh, no. This year's release was influenced by artificial intelligence as it features a specialized AI podcast that has a rundown on listeners' habits throughout the year. Yeah, look, man. Just be okay. I know a lot of people keep saying this that AI is here to stay, but that doesn't mean that does not mean you can't go away. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not down with the whole AI and the whole likeness and everything else. It's just scary to me, man. And I'm sure a lot of you at home AI either because it takes away the creativity and the soul out of it. So that's my issue with it. That's everybody's issue with it. So um yeah. So and some people were saying Spotify raps flopped this year so bad. Like, where are the music cities, the playlists, the top genres, or the listening auras? All that wait for what? Spotify making us wait all that time, and rap has the most boring visuals and slideshow in years. Rap is underwhelming and reeks of AI. There seems to be real lack of effort this year, from the boring visuals to the missing genres and quirks. Um, oh boy, and some posts even made a connection between last year's layoffs and today's Wrapped. Um, this is crazy, man. This is crazy to hear, actually. But you know, look, look. I'm pretty sure Spotify put some of the AI down, baby. Like this cheap looking rap, do it again. Spotify rap 2024. Look, let me say this though. Let me say this. So the thing with Spotify Rap, right? Every year, not just it's not just about music artists too. You got people who are podcasters who host shows like myself who has been included in Spotify Wrapped. And I have to say the people in Spotify for creators and stuff for um you know for featuring my podcast on Spotify Rap. I really appreciate this though, man. Just wanted to take the time to say thank you to people not only on Spotify but Spotify for creators for you know you know helping me reach my goal, man. And I am going to continue doing podcasts regardless whether I have fucking ads or not. I don't care for ads. You know what I'm saying? If that were the case, it has to be an ad that's very relatable. And I gotta address this too, man. It's one thing to tell someone, it's one thing to tell someone That they need to give the people what they want or whatever. Everybody is not fucking obligated to, create a merch or anything like that though, man. Like, like I said episodes ago, you have to ask yourself this question. Are you doing this for the moment in in terms of trying to make some money, or are you doing this for consistency basis, like being on your P's and Q's creatively speaking? You know what I'm saying? So that's just my feeling on this though, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be in a hurry in terms of fucking ads, because ads are very expensive. And I've listened to a lot of podcast shows over the years, and not a lot of listeners and watchers, they don't like to hear ads during a podcast episode. They don't like to hear that shit. They want to hear full episodes without the ads. And that's why I'm not a Patreon person. I am none of that shit, man, because that's just not for me. Okay? Because I don't want to alienate the listeners, and I don't want to charge people, because y'all did a favor for me by actually taking the time to listen to this podcast. Y'all could have listened to any podcast show in the world, but you chose to listen to this New York Avenue podcast platform, which I really appreciate though, man. Love, not for the fucking money. All right. That's just my take on it. Um, that's just my take on it. Let's go on to the next topic here, man, that we need to talk about here. All right, so now that I got that out the way, actually, yeah, so let's talk about National Hugging Day. I actually named this episode Hugs because of National Hugging Day, which is it's interesting that they named this holiday that. So I have to really, yeah, it's interesting that they named this shit. So people be coming up with crazy holiday names though, man, that I will be adding as a podcast topic idea. So it is pretty interesting though, man. Oh man. All right. So open up your heart and your arms. This January 21st for National Hugging Day. That's why I named the episode Hugs. As you might guess, this day is an annual event dedicated to the underrated art form of the hug. We love all types of hugs, from the one arm bro hug to full bear hugs. So let's get hugging. When is National Hugging Day 2025, you ask? Let's get rid of this. The simplest and most effective way of expressing affection is celebrated on National Hugging Day on January 21st. Even though a hug is one of the most natural gestures, it's not practiced enough these days. The holiday encourages hugging as a therapeutic way to convey affection and emotions. The history of National Hugging Day. National 86 by Kevin Zabroni. his friend his friend has the granddaughter of the proprietors of Chase's calendar of events. Zaborni, excuse me, not Zabroni, Zaborni, chose January 21st because it was the time between the winter holiday season and the New Year's birthdays, which he noticed was a time people tend to feel low in spirits. He also felt that Americans were often too embarrassed to show affection in public and hoped National Hugging Day would change that, though he never actually thought it would catch on. The word hug is believed to come from the word hugga, meaning to comfort in the Old Norse language. first appearing approximately 450 years ago. However, the history of hugging itself is a bit more uncertain. What is known is the is that it is only very recently, within the past 50 years, that we have seen a full acceptance of hugging in public, separating it from other distinguished displays of affection such as kissing. The widespread adoption of hugging over the recent years has been debated due to the two primary reasons: the reduced formality of dress code and manners between relationships, along with the changing behaviors of political figures in pursuit of a more relatable, warm hearted perception to the public. Nowadays, we don't even think about the fact that hugging in public was considered indecent PDA. We hug to great friends and family to say goodbye or to congratulate someone, to console someone, or to show support. We hug before sports and performance teams begin their match and to show a general sign of affection between intimate relationships. There are also free hugs, charity fundraisers. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Now we go to the timeline of National Hugging Day. The 1560s, hug joins the lexicon derived from the Old Norse, the word hugger, or to comfort. The OG hug enters vocabularies around this time. 1986, um, according to one of the top Detroit PR firms, National Hugging Day was first celebrated on January 21st, 1986 in Clio, Michigan. 2011, Joy Spreads National Hugging Day is a hit in Germany. 2012, A Political Embrace. Chris Christie and Barack Obama share a brief embrace on the president's visit to New Jersey after Hurricane Sandy. National Hugging Day traditions. The best way National Hugging Day is celebrated by spreading the love and offering a hug to your friends and family. It's amazing how much difference a simple hug can make. Spend your day letting your nearest and dearest know that you are there for them by giving them hugs and lifting their spirits. National Hug Day by the numbers. So 12, the number of hugs required by humans every day to be healthy. 32%, the percentage of stress that is dispelled with a hug. 20 seconds, the average time of a hug. Four, the number of hugs needed for survival. 8, the number of hugs needed by humans every day for maintenance. 10 seconds, the hug time that leads to biochemical reactions in the body that boosts health. All right, so let's see. Um, okay, what happens when you hug someone for 20 seconds? Let's see. So studies show a 20-second hug relieves and reduces the harmful physical effects of stress and releases oxytocin. Why are hugs so powerful, you ask? The act of hugging can be incredibly soothing and healing, and is a physical way of confirming your presence in someone's life. It's why we hug when we're sad, when we've gotten great news, and after we've had a stressful day. Okay, so National Hugging Day activities. So hug a friend. That's number one. We're sure you have tons of friends. You are popular. You are a popular person. Well, not really. And with tons of friends comes tons of hugs. Close your eyes and think about how much you love your friend when hugging him or her. Next, press as much as you feel like without squeezing too tight. Try out different hug variations with different friends and perfect your perfect hug. A hug is just like a handshake. Everyone knows how to do it, but it takes a true master to do it right. Hug a stranger. Number two, uh, in this age of social connection and lack of human contact, most people are unsure how to go about hugging random people. However, hugging a stranger is more therapeutic than you think. The effects of giving free hugs to strangers are phenomenal. One method we suggest is holding a free hugs sign. That way, you know that the stranger consents to the hug you are about to give them. It's a lot less awkward and inappropriate than trying to hug a random stranger on the subway. Number three, hug yourself. I don't know how to do that. Getting a hug is a great feeling. It can instantly lift your mood, making you feel safe and appreciated. Sometimes, however, there isn't anybody around to give you that hug you need. When you need it the most, wrap your hands around yourself and hug yourself tightly. You might think that's weird, which it is weird, but hear us out. Friends are great, but you are the star of your own life, and you should love yourself like a star. That means making lots of time for self care and self love. So, self hug away. I agree. And this is true. This is true. So, let's see. Five facts about hugs that will make you want one right now. Number one, that's a lot of hugs. The average time spent hugging is an hour a month. Number two, take the lead. Most people hug with their right arm when going for a hug. Number three, hugging is important for development. As touch is integral to babies, hugging helps them become well adjusted adults. Number four, it is important to adults too. Hugging is therapeutic and reduces feelings of loneliness. Hugging leads to a good headspace. There is a hugging meditation by Zen master um, Thich, Thich and Hat Han, which brings more awareness, presence, and togetherness into people's lives. Why we love National Hugging Day, you ask? Hugging builds trust. The nurturing touch of a hug builds trust and a sense of safety. This helps with open and honest communication. Hugs instantly help increase oxytocin levels, which heal and combat feelings of loneliness, isolation, and anger. We can all take a lesson from this. Next time when you feel like fighting with your significant other, stop and give your significant other a hug instead. It will give you time to calm down and remind you too of your close connection. Hugging is healthy. Hugs strengthen the immune system. The gentle pressure on the sternum creates an emotional charge that activates the solar plexus chakra. This in turn stimulates the thymus gland, which regulates it regulates and balances the body's production of white blood cells. Hugs also affect the nervous system. The galvanic skin response of someone receiving and giving a hug suggests a more balanced a balanced state in the nervous system post hug. What does this all mean in English, you ask? It just means that hugs are good for you. They are good for your emotional state, but they are also good for your physical body. One might even say that hugs are the best medicine. Yeah, the same goes with comedy too. Same goes with comedy too, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, and hugs may alleviate our fears. Scientists found that hugging, even if it was just an inanimate, inanimate object like a teddy bear, helps soothe individuals' existential fears. Interpersonal touch is such a powerful mechanism that, excuse me, that even objects that can simulate touch by another person's help instill a sense of existential circumstances. Excuse me, significance. Excuse me. If you think about it, you'll understand why. It doesn't matter if you. It doesn't matter if we're a tiny speck in the universe, as long as you are loved. Yeah. So next year, 2025, Tuesday, January 21st, 2026, Wednesday, January 21st, 2027, Thursday, January 21st, 2028, Friday, January 21st, and Sunday, January 21st, 2029. All right. All right. National Hugs Day. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. This is one of the strangest holidays that I ever heard, but I find it very interesting, and it's very therapeutic and very healthy. But it's just very, very, very it's very difficult to actually hug somebody, whether it's a stranger or somebody that you know. It's very hard because sometimes people have phobias, like people have claustrophobia, people have other types of phobias and stuff, the way they can't really touch people. So that's not easy, you know what I'm saying? That's not fucking easy, but that's not to say that you can't show more support of a person that's going through things, whether it's a breakup, whether it's a difficult loss in the family, or for some friends, whatever it may be, man. Hugs can be a, a good sign of feeling comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If you're comfortable with the person, depending on the energy, depending on the energy, it really, 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 really helps though, man. But you know what I'm saying? It's just it's just so funny, man. I find this holiday so fucking hilarious. All right, let's see. Oh shit. Okay. Let me see. Let's see what's next. Double XL. Let's talk double XL. All right. Um, okay. So here's what's going on here with what they've been up to since the freshman class update of 2023. So let's get into it here. All right, the 2024 Double XL freshman class season is complete. Over the last few weeks, rap fans have gotten to know 11 up and coming stars. Big X, the plug, Honcho. Honcho is it Honcho or Hanzo? Not sure. Skilla Baby, that Mexican OT, Lay Banks, Bossman Dlo, um, Maya the Don, Rich um, Amiri, Cash Cobain, Four Bats, and Scarlet. Dave read mean comments, shared their version of the ABCs, given candid interviews, and showcased their talents in their ciphers and freestyles. While the latest freshman celebrates a job well done, it's also been a full year since 12 rappers have handpicked for the 2023 XXL freshman roster. Memphis rapper Finesse Two Times, braggadocious bars, and fiery personality have continued to take him to the next level. Lola Brooke from Brooklyn, the diminutive spitter from the Big Apple, has dropped bars that pack the punch of drop the pack. Uh, hold on, hold on. Drop bars that pack the punch of a lyrical giant. Her slick rhymes and entertaining personality are taking her places. Elsewhere, Rob 49 put on the New Orleans in a massive way as his hunger for success shot him to exciting new heights. Philadelphia was proud as Grammy-nominated R&B crooner Friday and rapper Too Rare put on for their city with the former's soulful ballads and the latter's trend-setting raps. Glorilla exploded onto the scene with a fun spirit and catchy party anthems, reinforcing Memphis as a buzzing rap mecca. Then, of course, there's Sleazy World. Sleazy World. Go. Oh, wow. Real Boston Richie, whose hard-hitting, compelling street anthems set the the Michigan and Florida rappers apart from their trap peers. Not to mention North Carolina's Tia Corinne's experimental raps made her an indie darling with ravenous supporters. Can't forget about London's Central C, whose tight flow and clever wordplay led to international appeal and made him a cross-continental superstar. Florida's La Tyler, who at 18 was one of the youngest freshmen in the magazine's history, and DC the Don, whose diehard fan base propelled him to freshman status as 2023 10th spot winner, so he could put on for 414. All right, what have the 2023 double XL freshman class been up to now? All right, Memphis rapper Finesse 2 times ended 2023 by collaborating with T Grizzly for Grizzly 2 times, welcoming a new daughter and dropping a remix of Big X the Plugs. Finesse hasn't stopped churning out new music since. He kickstarted 2024 by joining forces with BG on Gangsta Vibes, and off of the Gangstafied. In January, then linked with Rick Ross for Fat Baby. That same month, in March, Finesse, age 32, dropped off Thought It Was Over, and then Banger's Letter to the Devil. Damn. Mixed Feelings in May. What the hell? Followed by Pretty Ricky in July. Oh, wow. Lola Brooke. After Lola Brooke made her Hot 97 Summer Jam debut last June, Lola dropped a dope cover of 50 Cent's Life on the Line for a special collaboration with Apple Music later that month. She then headed into fall with the smash You featuring Bryson Tiller. Lola then dropped off her debut project, Dennis' Daughter, in November. Tracks with A Boogie with the Hoodie, Bend Over, also featuring Big Freedia, and 41 Becky led to the spring release of Lola's deluxe debut effort in April. The 30-year-old Brooklyn MC's debut single, Don't Play With It, also went platinum that same month. This June, Lola hit the Summer Jam stage again. Okay. Rob 49, a mere weeks after the 24-year-old spitter emerged as a double XL freshman, Rob 49 landed the biggest look of his career, guesting on Travis Scott's Utopia record, Topia Twins. The song gave Rob his first appearance on the Billboard Hot 100, coming in at number 17. The New Orleans native has been on a tear ever since. This past January, Rob linked with Lil Wayne for the song Wassum Baby. Rob kept the momentum by joining Moneybagg Yo for Bussin' in March and hopping on Too Rare C4 alongside Skilla Baby in May. That same month, Rob 49 and Skilla Baby kicked off their Vultures Eat the Most tour, which continued through the summer. To add some more heat to the summer, Rob 49 also dropped off on That Money with Cardi B in July. Friday. Not to be confused with the days of the week, but that's his name. R&B crooner Friday spent his year on a series feature run. He closed out 2023 by hopping on Chris Brown's No One Else. Get Back Up with Presser followed in March. Friday, age 27, returned with a new song called Without You that same month. Come April, EDM duo The Chainsmokers recruited Friday for their aptly titled party song Friday. The track's accompanying video has racked up over 1 million views. Most recently, A Boogie with the Hoodie brought the Philadelphia bred singer into his orbit for Need You Around in May. Glorilla. Big Glow has had a strong 12 months. The Memphis rapper stayed busy last year by appearing on the CMG compilation Gangsta Art 2, then dropped her song Cha 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 featuring Fabio Foreign. After collabs with Fendi the rapper and YTB Fat last December, she dominated TikTok with Yeah Glow in the spring. Then the 24-year-old rapper's mixtape, Everything arrived in April. Glow's single Wannabe, which features Megan Thee Stallion, peaked at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 soon after. Glow got Cardi on the remix to Yeah Glow. Hit its stride at number 28 on the chart in May. Meg and Big Glow also celebrated their wannabe Billboard chart achievement by touring together. As if Glow's year couldn't be bigger, she dropped off her viral single TGIF in July, which even caught Rihanna's attention. Nice. Too Rare. Philadelphia rapper has continued to create viral moments since becoming a freshman last year. He linked with Maya the Don and Kari Fox on Flo Millie's song Anything Flows last June. A few weeks later, Too Rare and Breezy Lynn teamed up for Keep Wishing. Then NLE Chopper recruited Too Rare 23 for Chopper's single Don't Run in July. Rare closed out the last year with his debut album Truth or Rare. Not Truth or Dare, folks. By 2024, he had 3 more strong tracks. Too Humpy is back. C4 and Skilla Baby with Skill Baby and Route 49, and congratulations. Rare has continued to dominate TikTok all year long, thanks to the viral dances behind both of his singles. I will be discussing in the future episode in regards to TikTok being banned. So y'all stay tuned for that right there. Sleazy World Go. Oh shit. Has been on the go for the last year. Last summer, he was pumping out tracks like the La Tyler assisted Don't Get Your Feelings in it and Got Me Hot. Sleazy put a lid on 2023 with Major Leagues, then returned with 32 bars at the top of 2024. In February, the Michigan rapper connected with Babyface E for Mama Said. 2 months later, Sleazy and beatmaker Turbo flipped DMX's 1999 classic What These Bitches Want. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. For Sleazy's latest single, W2 WTW. The 26-year-old the track's music video in March and even recorded a live performance with WTW. In June, Sleazy announced his upcoming debut album, More Than a Shooter. Central C has continued to spread his music across international waters thanks to bars he dropped over the year. Last summer, Drake joined the Brit for a viral On the Radar freestyle. And C's collab with fellow UK rapper Dave Sprinter also landed at #1 on the UK singles charts for 9 consecutive weeks. I Will came in February before C hopped on Lennon's hold on. L7NN on ends. That's a credit. That's a cred. That's a cred. That's a creditado. That's a creditado. Okay, got it. In March. This past May, CH26 returned with the hit Band for Band, featuring Little Baby. The single's lavish music video has nearly 33 million views. Central C then linked with Ice Spice for their collab, did it first in July. Real Boston Richie, after dropping his debut album, Welcome to Bubble Land last September, Real Boston Richie has tried to maintain the momentum. The Florida rapper flooded YouTube with visuals for his songs Bragging Rights, Battery Pack, and Ain't Gonna Lie. Richie then linked with YTB Fat for The Type in December, and the music video has over 14 million views. The rapper, aged 27, was arrested in February for conspiracy to traffic marijuana. Damn, that was stupid. Since his release, he put out Federal Nightmare and Help Me. La Tyler, age 18, has accomplished a great deal. The Florida rapper dropped off Roti 3-pack last August before offering his pen to 310 Babies Walk with Cash Kid last October. Tyler then dropped OK Bet Part 2 featuring Skillet Baby later that ways in November. The last one of Tyler's most popular songs to date with over 22 million streams. He then came through with Bad Bitch in March of this year and followed up with Young Nigga in May and Hands Up in June. All the while, Tyler has continued to promise his fans new album, Mr. Ski, which he said on social media it is on its way. Tia Corinne continues to prove why she earned a spot in the class. The North Carolina native linked with fellow freshman La Tyler in January for Young, then dropped off her solo single Bonnet at the end of that month. The two tracks were part of a rollout as Tia dropped her Almost There EP in February. The 8-track effort features additional appearances from Key Glock and Z Loopers. In April, Tia gave her song Shimon a visual treatment with a gritty music video set in the desert. Since then, the 31-year-old artist hopped on Denzel Curry's Hot One and went viral for the accompanying On the Radar performance in June. All right, let's see. So 10th spot winner DC the Don, after becoming Double XL's 10th spot winner, DC the Don dropped track Stop Hating, Tell Cheyenne 2 with Jace, and the six Lack assisted Out of My Body. Last DC delivered the deluxe version of his funeral album last fall too. The Milwaukee artist hit the ground running this past January with Out of My Body video. In March, DC returned with his latest project, Sacred Heart 2 Plus, to show what. Hold on. To show what an exciting time DC's had this past year, the melodic 24-year-old star also shared an intimate vlog titled What Would You Do If You Were Me, which dropped on YouTube in April. He then EP in June. Okay. Okay, what we got next is another thing in hip hop as far as first week sales. Now, okay, 2024 has been a big year in hip hop, and thanks in part to the return of some of hip hop's biggest names, the sales numbers are turning up. Following a 4-year hiatus, Eminem checked back in the game with his 11th album. His 11th album, The Death of Slim Shady. The latest effort from the rap god moved 281,000 equivalent album units in its first week, enough to dethrone Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department for the top on the Billboard 200 chart. Taylor's latest LP held the number one spot for 12 weeks until Marshall Mathers arrived. M7 7-day total has served as the benchmark for hip hop in 2024. Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia. Hold on, Chromacopia album produced but big numbers, tapping out a 299,500 in its first week. The tally marks the former Odd Future frontman's biggest solo debut to date, and was enough to earn him his third consecutive number one LP. Future's return on his highly anticipated collab albums with Metro Boomin, We Don't Trust You, and We Still in consecutive number one albums. The two artists racked up 251,000 and 127,500 equivalent album units moved in the first week, respectively. Hendrix also released a solo mixtape in September, mixtape Pluto, which clocked at a 129,000 EAU. All three projects topped the Billboard 200, making Future the first rapper to achieve the feat of having 3 number one releases in a 6-month period. Ye proved to be bulletproof to the controversy. His joint album Vultures One with Ty Dolla $ign moved 148,000 EAU in the first week and doubled back to retain pole position in consecutive weeks. The earnings make Vultures 1 and 21 Savage's American Dream the only two rap albums to hold down the top spot for consecutive weeks this year. Rod Wave continues to put out big releases with his last lap album, scoring a number 2 debut with 127,000 units in October. As of press time, hip hop has not seen as big of a debut from any artist as it did in 2023 when Travis Scott's Utopia album moved an impressive 496,000 in its first week, or Drake's For All the Dogs hit 400 sales this year, maxed out around 361,000 units, which was achieved by the re-release of Travis Scott's Days Before Rodeo mixtape. All right, so hip hop's biggest first week sales for 2024 projects. So Flow, hold on. Fine Hole Stay Flow Millie. First week sales 16,000. 11th Dimension Ski Mask, The Slump God. First week sales 17,000. Faith of Mustard Seed Mustard, first week sales 17,000. Polo G first sales 20,000. Big Sean Better Me Than You, first week sales 20,000. Four Bats You Made Me a Star, first week 21,800. Chief Keef Almighty Soul 2, first week sales 22,800. JT, okay, Cinderella JT, City Cinderella, first week sales 26,000. A Boogie, Better Off Alone by A Boogie with the Hoodie, first week sales 26,000. In Sexy We Trust by Sexy Red, first week sales 21,100, excuse me. Y2K by Ice Spice, first week sales 28,000. Glorilla, of course, Earthing by Glorilla, first week sales 33,000. Mac and Cheese 5 Yummers by French Montana, first week sales 33,000. Yeah, 33,000. Okay. That's pretty good, man. By the way, French Montana has a documentary that's out right now. I forget the name of it, but whenever y'all get a chance, y'all can check it out for yourselves. Blue Lips by Schoolboy Q, first week sales 34,000. 34,000. Okay. Let's see. I just find it very intriguing with first week sales though, man. And you know why some people made a big deal on why it's some people were asking why is first week sales so important. It is important because to me, when it comes to music artists and the amounts of sales of their projects and stuff, it's a big deal and a big accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So P4 by Party Next Door, first week sales 37,000. Bryson Tiller, first week sales 39,000. Speak Now by Moneybagg Yo. First week sales 43,100. Take Care by Big X The Plug, first week sales 48,000. Eternal A Take Two by Little Uzi Vert, first week sales 59,000. Megan by Megan Thee Stallion, first week sales 64,000. New World Depression, Suicide Boys, first week sales 66,000. Glorious by Glorilla, first week sales 69,000. 2093 by Yeet, first week sales 70,000. Hardstone Psycho by Don Toliver, first week sales is 76,500. Lifestyle by Yeet, first week sales 89,000. One of One by Gunna, first week sales 91,000. Might Delete Later, J. Cole, first week sales 1,000. Last Lap Rod Wave, first week sales 127,000. We Still Don't Trust You, Future and Metro Boomin, first week sales 127,500. Mixtape Pluto, Future, First week sales to 129,000. American Dream 21 Savage. First week sales 133,000. Vultures won by Ye, formerly Kanye West, and Ty Dolla $ign. First week sales 148,000. F1 Trillion by Post Malone. First week sales 249,900. Metro Boomin. Okay, so We Don't Trust You, Metro Boomin feature in Metro Boomin. First week sales 251,000. Yeah, The Death of Slim Shady by Eminem. First week sales 281,000. Um Chromacopia, not I may have mispronounced it before. It's Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator. First week sales 299,500. And thing that happened. GNX by Kendrick Lamar. First week sales 319,000. Wow. Wow. Released days before Rodeo re-release. Travis Scott. First week sales 361,000. Okay, so all right, let's see. What else do I have to cover in this episode? All right, so let's see. Let's see. So let's get into the action of some tech news and stuff. So this is Crunch Tech Mentions. All right, Crunch Tech Mentions. We're going to be discussing we're going to be discussing Blue Sky, which I'm not too familiar with that shit. So let's get into it right here with Blue Sky. Let's get into it right here. I'm not too familiar with Blue Sky, so let's see. Not too familiar with Blue Sky, but let's see. So let me see. So I'm not too familiar with that. Also, where is this Blue Sky? All right, hold on a second here. Wait, Blue Sky. You know what? Hold on a minute here. Sorry about that, folks. Trying to look for it. Trying to look for that shit though. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right, hold on a sec. Let's get into here. Let's see. Give me one moment, folks, as I try to type up okay. All right, so let's see. Okay, let's get into it right here. With Crunch Tech mentions, the first thing we're going to be talking about is Blue Sky. So, sorry for taking so long. I'm trying to actually get through this episode before 11 o'clock or midnight. So just bear with me, folks. All right. Wait, what did I do? Oh, okay. Okay, now that I'm ready, let's get to this right here, man. All right. Here we go. Why did I do that? All right, let's get into some Blue Sky stuff, man. For those of you who may not know what Blue Sky is, it's another app that's like the opposite of X. So let's get into some tech news right here. So this is from Hip Hop Wired. So while boosting 20 million users is impressive, Blue Sky is still far behind and Meta's Threads platforms. However, if Blue Sky can maintain its popularity and the mass exodus continues, there is no reason it can't be up there with the big boys. Yeah, Threads is pretty much ahead though, man. Unfortunately, ever since Threads came out, I started to actually mention something to the folks from the Breakfast Club that the reason why everybody's shifting away from X, formerly Twitter, is because ever since Elon Musk took over the platform, he started charging $8. Like, why would anybody in the right fucking state of mind would pay $8 for a fucking social media platform? That makes no fucking sense to me. That's not making any damn sense to me. So, hey Elon, you hear those footsteps? That's Blue Sky coming for your spot. Spotted on and Gadget. Blue Sky has officially crossed 20 million as its growth shows no signs of slowing down. The latest milestone for X, formerly Twitter's direct competitor, comes on the heels of the platform crossing 15 million users less than a week ago and tripling its user base in only 3 months. While boosting 20 million users is impressive, Blue Sky is still far behind X and Meta's Threads platforms. However, if Blue Sky can maintain its popularity and the mass exodus continues, there's no reason it can't be up there with the big boys. Per and Gadget, um, though it's still far smaller than its rivals Threads and Blue Sky, Threads and X. Blue Sky current momentum is notable. The app has had several days over the last week where it added a million new users in a single 24-hour period. That's similar to the growth rate of Threads, which has been getting a million new signups a day for going on 3 months, according to an update last week from Meta's Adam Mosseri. Threads reached 275 million monthly users earlier this month and has had added at least 15 million since the start of November. Blue Sky tops both Apple and Google's app stores. Blue Sky still has some ground to make up, but all signs point upward for social media platform. For the social media platform, the number one app in Apple's app Store for the last 6 days, and the top non-gaming app in the Google Play Store for the previous 4 days. Threads is honing down the second spot in the App Store, which I'm currently using right now. Um, Meanwhile, X continues to bleed subscribers following Musk's ridiculous changes to the platform, and many users are complaining about how much Trump right wing propaganda has taken over timelines since Musk got in bed with sweet potato Hitler. Damn. Celebrities like have also said goodbye to X for blue skies, greener pa- pastures. Journalists and other organizations also have left X in large numbers for blue sky. Consider us on board for Elon Musk taking an L. Very interesting and very clever, actually. I heard there's some celebrities, including Lonnie Love, is using Blue Sky as well. I don't know too many people that I know who will use Blue Sky compared to Threads, Facebook, and Instagram. You know what I mean? So that that's very, very, very interesting. So let's get into let's get into uh let's get into tech and gaming. So um yeah, let's get into tech and gaming. So, check the tech. Okay, so check the tech is back with another round of the hottest new tech you need to know about the holiday season. Most host and tech venture capitalist Sarah Lovestyle taps savvy industry leaders to get the scoop on the latest must-have tech products. In the episode, in this episode of Check the Tech, venture capitalist Brandon Hoffman highlights the newest tech on his radar that's worthy of the hype. Hoffman, and general partner of Sunset Ventures, a firm that invests in cutting edge technologies and founders who are shaping a better future. Venture capital is a unique way to address the racial wealth gap in this country, he tells Love Style. Above, Hoffman dives into the latest tech trends that are making waves, from life-changing gadgets that keep you organized, to the newest blockbuster games. Number one, Plaid Notes, $159. When it comes to taking notes, Plaid Note is a game changer. It's one that I've been using a lot lately, Hoffman said. The sleek AI powered voice recorder attaches neatly to the back of any smartphone with its compact design and easy one press recording. Plod Note can record, transcribe, and summarize every meeting, phone call, voice memo, and more, making it simple to stay organized. Number two, Backseat AI, $4.99 a month. Backseat AI gives dedicated gamers a chance to play with their favorite video game live streamers. Um, the innovative app brings popular streamers to life as AI companions who commentate, and give real-time feedback as you play. The streamers join the party, essentially, says Hoffman. You'll be able to hear them in real time as though you are actually. Currently, Backseat AI is the early access stage and is exclusively available for League of Legends, with plans to offer the experience for additional games in the future. Gorilla Tag. Oh shit. $19.99. Gorilla Tag is the buzziest online multiplayer game since Fortnite and Roblox. According to Hoffman, this year everybody's playing Gorilla Tag, he says. Gorilla Tag is a virtual reality social gaming experience where players can explore with a virtual jungle and interact with other players, run, climb, and jump using your hand and arm movements and your VR headset with multiple levels and game modes to explore. Hoffman says Gorilla Tag is the game to play. Let's see. Check the tech. Let's see. I know he talked about. I know this guy talked about some other stuff too, man. Let's see. Check tech holiday gifts. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Um. Okay, one moment. Okay, one moment. All right, another idea. Check the tech. Okay, here we go. So, Check the Tech is back with the latest must-have gadgets to elevate your holiday season. Host and tech venture capitalist Sarah Lovestyle teams up with the industry insiders to showcase the hottest tech products on the market. This holiday season, we're blessing our loved ones with the gift of relaxation. On this episode of Check the tech entrepreneur Joshua Ogandu shares his top 3 gifts for unwinding in style. As the founder and CEO of Tradeway, a LinkedIn style platform for the construction industry, um, Ogandu's mission is to make careers in skilled trades more accessible. We want to increase the economic opportunities that Black and Brown folks can have, he says. Trades are a great place to be. Right now, people don't have the exposure to them like they used to. Rest and recovery are essential no matter what industry you are in. Ogandu's picks combine practicality and style, offering thoughtful ways to relax and recharge. Number one, Theragun Mini, $100. The Theragun Mini delivers multi-therapy muscle relief in a sleek, traveling friendly design. Take it with you on the go in your backpack, gym bag, or tote for a massage treatment anytime, any place. Ogandu loves his Theragun Mini for its compact design and long battery life. That's the one that I use, and that's what folks in the trades also like to use. Theragun also offers a variety of attachments to customize your massage experience, whether you want a low impact massage or targeted therapy to relieve tension. Number two, Noro hand massage. Noro hand massager for $179.95. The Noro hand massager offers advanced heat therapy to give your hands the TLC they deserve. Not the group, folks, or the TV network. Whether you are working on the job site or typing away at your computer, your hands put in work and deserve some love. As somebody who works in tech, we spend a lot of time in the office. Whether we're writing or typing, I hold so much tension in my hands, says Lovestyle. Designed to alleviate discomfort and stiffness, the Noro uses heat technology to enhance circulation and ease tension. With a variety of massage modes and adjustable intensity levels, customize your experience to your liking. The Noro's space-saving design, automatic timer, and rechargeable battery make it as a convenience as it is effective. Number 3, a Sakuki essential oil diffuser for $35.99. The Asakuki diffuser is a 2-in-1 aromatherapy diffuser and humidifier designed to alleviate any home or workspace. It's sleek, and modern design blends effortlessly into any setting with 7 calming LED color options that allow you to create the ideal ambience. A Gandu likes to add essential oils to his Asakuki diffuser for the aromatherapy experience. I personally like to use essential oils like peppermint and lavender. That's the kind of thing that relaxes me mentally, he says. Also, I want to point out another item that I previously bought for somebody from Lyle Universal. They sell eucalyptus candles. That also features aromatherapy as well. It also helps with mental health. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much of a good idea, actually. All right, so Amazon. Okay, so is get so Amazon.com Incorporated has launched an online storefront designed to compete with Temu, the low-cost shopping app that gained traction with shoppers who trade longer shipping times for rock bottom prices. Let's see. So which is available in a beta version for shoppers who use the company's smartphone app or mobile browsers as an engaging shopping experience that brings lower priced products into one convenient destination. Purchases are delivered in 1 to 2 weeks. The company charges a $3.99 shipping fee that's waived for orders larger than $25. On Wednesday, the app showed a 4-pack of Christmas socks for $6.98, a $3 iPhone case, and a $14 women's crew neck fleece. The selection price at $20 or less focuses on clothing, home goods, jewelry, and electronics. The Seattle-based company started courting China-based sellers for the service earlier this year. Temu, a unit of PWD Holdings Incorporated, and online fashion retailer Shein, have built loyal followings with steep discounts. Amazon also cut the fees it charges merchants who sell cheap clothing. The company has heard from customers that sometimes they would love to shop ultra low price products, even if some of them take 1 to 2 weeks to arrive. Amazon said in a blog post published Wednesday that described the service. All right. Um. All right. Up next we have. Up next we have. We have Instagram. So obviously the most popular app that I've been using and all that great stuff. So Meta states the whole process can be done in just a few taps, and resetting your recommendations will start to personalize again over time based on the content you routinely interact with on the platform. Well, good luck with that one. For years, people have been complaining about their recommendations on Instagram, and finally, the photo video sharing platform is now allowing users to take action. As spotted on The Verge, Instagram is testing a new feature that will allow users to completely refresh the content that is being recommended to them. Meta says the recommendations reset feature will soon roll out globally, um, and allow users to completely clear their algorithm recommendations on their feeds, Explore, and Reels. Per The Verge, this is what they're saying right here. So the new feature will be available to users of all ages, including teen accounts. End quote. We want to make sure everyone on Instagram, especially teens, has safe, positive, age appropriate experiences and feels the time they are spending on Instagram is valuable, Meta said. We want to give teens new ways to shape their Instagram experience so it can continue to reflect their passions and interests as Meta states the whole process can be done in just a few taps, and resetting your recommendations will start to personalize again over time based on the content you routinely interact with on the platform. So if you spend time on Instagram looking at bays and baddies, oh shit, the algorithm will keep that kind of content coming. Now, if you want some wholesome stuff featured on your timeline, start double tapping and sharing it so you can clean up your timeline. But wait, there's more. During the reset process, you who are following and decide to hit the unfollow button to change your recommendations further. We need other social media platforms like X, even though it's dying a slow death, to introduce a similar feature. Well, we talked about Threads and Blue Sky, which they are both dominating right now, man. Unfortunately, and and fucking Elon Musk, man, and his crazy ideas. And the fucked up part is he's a fucking Trump supporter too, man. And he's fake too, man. I remember watching a TMZ episode, and this is a guy who pretended to be homeless, man, when clearly he was not fucking homeless. Okay, he was not fucking homeless. He pretended to be homeless, man, to gain more attention. Stop it, man. Like, stop this bullshit. All right. So next we have what's next in tech. What's next in tech? Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Well, even though I don't usually cover NASCAR on this podcast, but because NASCAR is getting in on the technology of an electric car, so according to ESPN, part of the experience of a NASCAR race is hearing the engine roar, the rumble of each car's approach, and the zip when it whizzes past at more than 150 miles per hour. NASCAR unveiled its first electric race car Saturday in Chicago, but it doesn't thunder when the Grand Marshal says, "Drivers, start your engines." It hums. The top motorsports series in North America partnered with Chevrolet, Ford, Toyota, and electrification company ABB to demonstrate a high performance electric vehicle and gauge, fan interest in electric racing. They want to represent electric vehicles and more broadly electrification in racing as cool, fun, and accessible, said Riley Nelson, NASCAR's head of sustainability. The Associated Press got a first look at the $1.5 million prototype. The only person who has driven it so far is semi-retired NASCAR driver David Reagan. The plan is to put the car on the Chicago street course for some fast laps Sunday morning. Reagan said the sound and smell were unlike anything he has experienced since first hitting the racetrack at age 11. He could hear squealing tires. He could smell the brakes, and gasoline powered cars. The engine sound and smell and heat from the exhaust overpower everything else. But after hundreds of laps this time, Reagan's ears weren't ringing. It was really wild, he said. Unlike typical sports coupes, The new car is actually a crossover utility vehicle. A huge wing on the back makes it aerodynamic enough to be a race car. It accelerates almost twice as fast as top gas powered race cars and can stop almost immediately. But its lap time at Martinsville Speedway in Virginia was two tenths of a second slower because it takes the corners slower due to being heavier. Reagan said it may go even faster. He wasn't pushing the one of a kind vehicle to its limits. Risk taking for risk taking is for racing, not testing, he said. Eric Warren, who has global motorsports competition for General Motors, said market research showed that more than half of avid NASCAR fans NASCAR fans surveyed would be more interested in purchasing an electric vehicle if they were exposed to it through racing. A main message is taking care with energy, he said. um We're committed to electric vehicles, Warren said. Racing gives a great platform to discuss a lot of those concepts and educate fans. Excuse me. It's a laboratory for us to try some new technologies and learn as we educate. Burning gas pollutes the air and produces carbon dioxide, which warms the atmosphere and leads to more extreme weather. Oh, come on, man. Burning 1 gallon produces about 19 pounds of carbon dioxide, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Racing events consume thousands of gallons in a weekend. The event would certainly be quieter with more electric cars, though many fans would love the roar of engines when the green flag drops. Uh, a group of kids, including the children of ABB employees, pulled the cover off the car as part of the unveiling before Saturday's NASCAR Xfinity Series stop. Dean Ray Drewski, age 16 of Chicago, stopped to check out the car as he made his way through the area near Buckingham Fountain. I think it's pretty cool that they are stepping into the newer age where all the stuff's going electric, Ray Drewski said. I feel like it's going to be maybe a bit more reliable, maybe a bit safer too, since less fuel to light on fire. Ray Drewski also was intrigued by the possibility of a NASCAR EV series. It would be more racing to watch, he said. So even better. If NASCAR pursues electric racing, John Probst, NASCAR senior vice president and chief racing development officer, said he thinks they could reinvent the fan experience. One option could be a DJ. It's our goal to entertain our fans, he said. If our fans tell us this is what they want to see, we know how to create a racing series around pretty much anything. NASCAR is not the first motorsports organization to get into electric car racing. Formula E is an all electric racing series that started a decade ago, but its fan base is far smaller than NASCAR's. Uh, the new car is part of a broader sustainability plan by NASCAR. AWB is now NASCAR's official electrification partner. It will help NASCAR bring in more electricity from renewable sources. NASCAR also owns 15 tracks around the U.S., many along major thoroughfares. thoroughfares. AEE plans to install its electric vehicle charging stations at those tracks and connect them to the grid. They will also be compatible with regular electric cars and available for anyone to use, not just race goers. By 2028, NASCAR says it will introduce sustainable racing fuel, recycle at all events, and use 100% renewable energy at facilities and tracks it owns. By 2035, it aims to cut operating emissions to net zero. That's why the number 35 appears on the black, white, and red car, along with A double B, excuse me. The auto body is made from plant-based materials, a flax-based composite by the Swiss company B Comp, rather than the typical carbon fiber composite. NASCAR is also exploring racing with cars that run on hydrogen. IMSA, the sports car series owned by NASCAR, switched to hybrid engines in 2023. A competing race series, IndyCar, will debut its hybrid engines this weekend in Ohio. Formula One plans to use sustainable fuel in all cars starting in 2026, 2 years from now, as part of new engine regulations. Ford Performance on its own built 8 cutting-edge electric demonstration vehicles in 4 years. Fans want to have some connection or relationship to the race car, said Mark Rushbrook, global director of Ford Performance Motorsports. As more and more customers are buying all electric vehicles, there will be, we believe, a growing number of people that want to watch full electric racing. U.S. electric vehicle sales overall rose 7% during the first half of the year, according to the preliminary tallies Tuesday by MotorIntelligence.com. EVs accounted for 7.6% of the U.S. new vehicle market, about the same as it was for all of last year. AWE Executive Vice President Michael Plaster hopes kids who see the new car at NASCAR events will ask questions about moving toward a future that runs on clean electricity, and may one day want to work on electrical products and solutions. AWB is investing billions to grow its U.S. business. As far as getting interest and attention and having the forum to talk about this whole energy transition, I can't think of a better way to do it, Plaster said. Okay. In other tech news, let's see if I missed anything. Let's see if I missed out on anything. Let me see. So yeah, Fortnite. Wait, hold on. Fortnite. Okay. All right. So actually no. This is a gaming topic. This is a gaming topic, actually, if you will. Let's see. Well, this is a gaming topic, actually. You know what? Let's go to the next segment right here, man. Munchies and drinks, because munchies and drinks, man. Let's get into it right here. Munchies and drinks, where I will be talking about a little bit of I will be talking about Wendy's new Frosty that fans been waiting for. So we're gonna get into it right here. Right here, right now. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, so Wendy's has a new flavor. I'm gonna actually talk about this too. Um, I want to talk about this actually. So I want to save. Um, I'm gonna save that gaming topic for another time. Actually, as far as anything else. So Wendy's. Let's get into it right here. Hang on a sec. Wendy's. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh boy. So hang on. Okay, Wendy's has a new flavor. We're gonna get it. We'll get into what that flavor is actually. Okay, Wendy's has a new flavor. Hold on. Yeah, new flavor. A new frosty flavor. Okay. All right, let's get into it right here, man. Okay, so Wendy's has a new frosty flavor. Yes. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. Wendy's has a new flavor, and um, according to their website. So here's what's going on here. Here's what's going on. We all have moments when we could use a moment of escape from our busy lives. That's what Frosty's Time is for. The sweet signature Wendy's dessert is thick enough to use a spoon, yet still smooth enough to drink through a straw. Simply pick your flavor, whether you are a classic chocolate Frosty fan or are game to try a seasonably inspired Frosty flavor. We have you covered with this beloved sweet, beloved sweet treat. Fall in love with Wendy's new salted caramel frosty. Yes, in New York we say caramel. The guy from Riverside FM was asking. I remember him asking how to pronounce it. In New York we pronounce it caramel because there's two A's in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there you go. So yes, so happy for Wendy's is back with an autumn um inspired frosty flavor for a spoonful of warm and cozy comfort in every chilly bite. The new salted caramel frosty begins with the iconic vanilla frosty base combined with notes of rich salty caramel perfectly balanced by Wendy's smooth frosty texture. Take a moment to enjoy this cool, creamy, and indulgent salted caramel frosty alongside classic the classic chocolate frosty. The new salted caramel frosty will replace the vanilla frosty for a limited time. Who knows what flavor innovation is coming next? Frosty fanatics, get it while you can. While what frosty flavors does Wendy's have? So Wendy's is always exploring limited time menu additions to our frosty lineup, bringing our fans the most craveable flavors of the season. We've brought you summertime strawberry frosty, fall inspired pumpkin frosty, springtime orange dreamsicle frosty, new limited edition salted caramel frosty, and just said goodbye to our sweet pineapple under the sea frosty. That's a Little Mermaid reference for you folks out there. Oh shit. Let's see. Yes, for now, while you anticipate what else we might have up our sleeve, fans can enjoy a seasonal salted caramel frosty and chocolate frosty at a Wendy's near you. Craving more ways to enjoy frosty flavors, the Wendy's frosty is iconic, sweet cream creamy, and uniquely Wendy's. Looking for more ways to enjoy your favorite Wendy's treat? Fans can enjoy a frosty cream cold brew rather all day long alongside our iconic vanilla, decadent caramel, and sweet chocolate frosty cream cold brew flavors. Um, is the frosty a dessert, a drink, or a dip? The frosty can be all three, with a consistency that falls somewhere between a milkshake and soft serve ice cream. The frosty was created to be eaten with a spoon, but if you prefer to let your frosty melt a bit to enjoy it with a straw, we won't stop you. There are also those who like to dip their Wendy's hot and crispy fries in a frosty for the ultimate sweet and salty experience. Weird. That's a weird idea, though. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, though. Oh shit! When it comes to how to enjoy this iconic dessert, we say you do you. The history of the Frosty Dairy dessert has been a Wendy's menu staple for more than 50 years. The Frosty was one of five original Wendy's menu items, which are all still on the menu today. The signature treat was co-created in 1969 by Fred Kappas, CEO of Kappas Company, an Ohio-based food service equipment distributor, and Wendy's founder Dave frozen dairy treat to put on his new hamburger restaurant menu. He thought since Fred sold ice cream machines, he might have an idea for a recipe. That hunch was correct, and the Frosty was born. At over half a century later, Kappa still supplies Frosty machines to Wendy's restaurants around the world. Of course, you can head to your nearest Wendy's or download the Wendy's app to order the new salted caramel frosty while it's still here. And don't forget to tag Wendy's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter, to share how you are falling in love with the newest fall inspired treat. Okay, next, I didn't get a chance to talk about this in the previous episode. So 12 food trends. All right, so 12 food trends. So this is from Malu, the website. So food trends and other innovations, what you need to know for 2024. What do you need to know for 2024? The food service industry is constantly evolving, influenced by social media, technology, competition, current events, and changing consumer expectations. Every year, experts unveil the major food trends to watch. In in anticipation of 2024, Malu has put together a list of the 12 most important new trends for your restaurant so that you can stay in tune with your customers. Okay, so all right, so number one, authentic cuisine back to bases. The current food trend is towards more traditional establishments such as bakeries, classic bistros, um, bull, um, bouillons, um, bracer, brace series. No, excuse me, bra series, PMUs, and air tables. The French now prefer simple cuisine in a carnival atmosphere. Grandma's recipes and childhood memories are gaining in popularity, dethroning two conceptual concepts. In your restaurant in 2024, top recipes include mashed sausage, roast chicken, Ali got rice pudding, uh, and the return of 10 sardines. Generous dishes to share around a large table become the stars of the year if your identity allows it. Incorporate classic recipes into your menu, add your personal touch, and showcase them. Let's see. Number two, the quest for well-being towards a healthier 2025 food trend. Growing concern for health and well-being is driving consumers to shun com- consumption and processed products. They want to indulge themselves, but with quality products, healthier and more natural cooking, and above all, homemade food. Don't hesitate to highlight the origins of your products, your know-how, or even your values on the networks. Um, Restaurateurs need to integrate healthier food options, even in fast food outlets, to meet a more balanced food trend. In your restaurant in 2025, plates will feature forgotten vegetables, pickles, um, kefir, fermented products, edible flowers, notably hibiscus, and revisited variants of butter with herbs and chilies. Adaptogenic foods such as probiotics and mushrooms should also enter your kitchen. Ew, ew, no. Respect for the environment and responsible attitude. Environmental awareness continues to evolve. Everyday gestures such as eating are gradually changing to better preserve the planet. As a result, expectations of restaurateurs are also changing. Customers are sensitive to these values. Sheesh. They worse than PETA, which are becoming decisive for them. And in particular, the French are reducing their meat consumption in favor of more plant-based alternatives, which is set to become an inevitable food trend. And in 2024, they are paying particular attention to waste reduction by restaurants. In your restaurant, customers expect you to offer seasonal produce, reduced menu, anti-waste gestures, use a full use of ingredients on their plates, vegetarian or vegan options, origin of products, and highlighting producers shared notably in the restaurant's online communication. Always create value in the eyes of the customer. Adopt visible waste practices to attract clientele aware of these issues, which means rethinking the interior and more upcycling, functional vegetarian, and digitization of tickets, etc. Pay attention to detail. Huh. All right, foreign cuisines, food trends for new flavors. While Italian cuisines retain its popularity, new foreign influences are emerging. Hold on a second. Go six. I think I'm. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna scroll through some yeah. It's just crazy. I'm not gonna be able to read all this. So anyway, foreign cuisines, food trends for new flavors. I'm gonna scroll through this actually. Influence number five. Influence of social media shared experience. Number six, alcohol free democratization, the emergence of new options. Number seven, more accessible gastronomy, a reversal of the food trend. Number eight, experience beyond the plate, time for immersive experiences. And number nine, pop ups and residences, levers of attraction. Number 10, um, a- hold on, AI and day to day management. 11, setting up a subscription formula. And number 12, personalization, the food trend. All right, so you want to go into, if you like to go into detail on these 12 tips and stuff of food trends and stuff, you can go to the you can go to the Marlow dot you can go to the Marlow website, www.marlow.co. All right. So yes. So here we let me see. What else do we have left to talk about? Baskin Robbins will be the last one, actually, the last topic. So Baskin Robbins, let's get into it here. Baskin Robbins. All right, Baskin Robbins coming up. Um, yes, so taste the wonders of winter with the return of beloved seasonal treats backed by popular demand. Winter white chocolate takes the spotlight as December's flavor of the month, while Burr, the snowman cake, brings the frosty fun to your holiday table. Winter white chocolate is back and better than ever. This fan favorite flavor is a dreamy mix of white chocolate flavored ice cream mixed with tarte cherry swirls and a fluffy of chocolate flavored coated cherry pieces. Whether you enjoy it as a scoop or blend it into a creamy milkshake, it's the perfect treat for cozy winter moments. Don't let the season slip away without savoring this deliciously festive flavor of the month. Uh Baskin Robbins is also bringing cheer to the holiday table with the return of Bird the Snowman cake. Oh shit! This frosty friend is decked with an icing carrot nose, tree branch arms, festive frosting buttons, and a jolly smile that will wow your holiday party guests. This fun and frosty cake can be made with any ice cream flavor of your choice and comes in a 6 or 9 round size. It's the perfect dessert to wrap up a festive night. Guests can enjoy the Bird the Snowman cake before it melts away by pre-ordering online or through the Baskin Robbins app. Yes, you can download Baskin Robbins app onto your iPhones and Android apps. So that way you don't have to be on long lines waiting for your ice cream treats to actually arrive. It's the same with McDonald's too. I went to a McDonald's in Long Island actually, and they have a touchscreen machine where you can order your foods, your drinks, your frosties, and your juices, your sodas, and all that other stuff, and they give you like a ticket, depending on the number that you buy and all that other stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what McDonald's and Baskin Robbins is doing. So yeah. All right. So order your winter favorites on the BR app, which is Baskin Robbins. Enjoy your faves faster and order winter white chocolate and Burr the Snowman ahead of the BR app for all your holiday celebrations. Show us your sweet celebrations on Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook. To stay up to date on all things Baskin Robbins, you can sign up for our email news alert at their website, which is www.news.baskinrobbins.com/alerts. So there you go, right there, man. There you go, right there. So we're gonna wrap up right here, man. You know what I'm saying? We are going to wrap up right here. So I want to actually go to we're gonna wrap up right here, man. So we're gonna go to one of the we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go right here with hold on a second. Hold on a second. So we're gonna go right here to stream choices on the go. That's the last segment of the night. Um Here we go. We're gonna go to it right here. So let's go to it right here, right now. So I'm trying to get through this fast as I can before midnight. So forgive me, folks. Um, yeah, forgive me. So yes, here it is. All right, so let's get to it right here. Come on. Yes, make sure you follow Off the Meat Rat Chain, Off the Meat Rat Chains NY podcast, which is Off the Meat Rat Chains New York Avenue podcast on Facebook, alongside with Threads and Instagram, along with the other podcast shows that I do, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the Sports Edition show, and of course my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. And you can also follow your host with the most, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. The username on Threads is the same as it is on Instagram, so don't worry about the confusion. There's no confusion about that. And of course, if you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see Linktree/ forms where you can listen, stream, and watch episodes on every streaming platforms. You can even listen to it while you are on the go to work from home, going to work, going home from work, and other destinations. You can listen to it on your iPhones, Android phones, iPads, Android tablets, laptops included, which they are Apple and Dell laptops. Any model, any model, you know what I'm saying? It'll make a difference. So, starting with Odyssey, Audible, Audioburst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overhaul FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snip, Spotify for Creators, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the #1 app where you can listen to music, radio, and podcast episodes for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is subscribe and follow the podcast on iHeartRadio along with streaming platforms, and also do the same with YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555 for more live stream video podcast recordings. Leave a like and a comment along with the episode topics being discussed. Tell me how you feel about the topics in today's episode and what other topics you want me to cover. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the comments section below and, let me know what particular topics you want me to cover, as long as it's not politics, because I'm not doing politics. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? So be sure to also listen, stream, and of course, watch. You can catch up on the episodes in case you miss any of the episodes whatsoever. Don't worry, everything's all there. And of course, add the podcast to your playlist. Like I said, you can listen to it while you are on your way to work, or whatever destination you are coming from, man. You know what I'm saying? And enable alerts so you can be able to watch new episodes on every streaming platform that I just mentioned, including YouTube. All right. Be sure to spread the word to your friends. Be sure to tell a friend to another friend. Be sure to share the Linktree link of S, which is Linktree/G Money Stacks 555 with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work, and all that great stuff right there. So, that's gonna do it for me, man. I like to say thank you to everybody who tuned in to this episode of Off the Meat Rat Chains New York Avenue podcast. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, your host with the most. Thank you very much for tuning in. And remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard to earn it. It's not going to be given to you on a fucking silver platter. And also, be on your P's and Q's. Um, be on your P's and Q's. And do what makes you happy. Follow your goals and dreams. Um, Creatively, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. And of course, if you plan on starting a podcast, don't let anybody stop you or anything like that. And also ask yourself this question, man. Are you doing this for the moment and money? Or are you doing this for the consistency of creating your content on a weekly or bi-weekly basis? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about being a people pleaser. All you need to do is just be able to have fun with your podcast, man. No matter what name you choose for your show, be yourself behind the microphone recording your content. All right. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me, man. I want to actually get up out of here. Stay liquid, stay safe, all that great stuff. Hold up a second. Who is this? Who is this, man? Hold up. Hey, John, man. Shouts to you, man. I appreciate you for watching this video. I appreciate you, man. Shouts to Sir John, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I'm up out of here. Peace and one love. Stay liquid, stay safe. I hope y'all get a chance to do your Christmas shopping, all that good stuff right there, man. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all for helping me get recognized on Spotify Rap 2024. I appreciate y'all, man. And also I want you to remember that comedy heals all wounds, all right? No matter what you're going through, whether it's difficult loss, whatever it may be, man, you don't want to be you don't want to you don't want to let anybody stop you from being happy. So, yeah, that's going to do it, man. Peace and one love. I'll see y'all on the flip side with a new episode, new topics, and everything else in between, man. Peace out. Good night, everybody.